Hi guys, welcome back, and in this episode we're going to look at taking a colour image and colour popping it. So we're going to eradicate most of the areas of colour, just leaving a few areas to zing out. We're going to use a program called Pixlr Editor, which is available at pixlr.com, and first thing we're going to do is open a new image. Okay, so we click on the new image button. I've imported this particular colour of a flower. Over here you can see is the background layer. We go up to the top and layer, and we're going to duplicate it. So we're going to create two layers of the same image. So you can see here there are now two images, bottom layer and the top layer. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is go up to the adjustments. I'm going to go down to hue saturation. Now there are various things you can do here in this, the hue and the saturation and the lightness. The hue changes the colours. Obviously they're changing the hues there, so we can move the sliders backwards and forwards to change those. The lightness obviously changes the lightness and the darkness. So we go through that, you can have a look there, see it makes it lighter and darker. But the one I'm interested in using is this one, the saturation. So we can either oversaturate the colour and make it more intense, or in this instance, we're going to remove it completely so it becomes a black and white image. Click apply, and then if you notice over here, eventually, there you go, that layer has turned black and white. So essentially I've got a colour image underneath and a black and white image on top. Making sure I'm clicked on the black and white layer, I am then going to use the eraser tool and quite simply change the size as necessary. You can see there I'm going to make it a reasonable size to work with, and then I'm going to click on it, and I'm literally just going to rub away the black layer so that the coloured layer underneath shows through. It's as simple as that. Really effective. If you take your time over it and zoom in and do the details really well, you will get fabulous results at the end. I've seen some images which are quite shoddy, and unfortunately that does affect the overall aesthetic of the picture. What you really need to do is just make sure you're zooming in. If there are any very fine areas, change your brush size again. So if I go up here onto my brush, at the top I can make sure I'm doing like, can you see there, I've just gone over the edge a little bit, not really perfect. For the larger areas, the large brush obviously works, and if you've got a very steady hand, which I haven't unfortunately, if you've got a very steady hand you can do that, but in this instance I'm going to drop the brush size right down to just 20 pixels, and then I can do the very, very fine edges in pretty much accurate detail. There we go, scrolling down. Just fill this bit in, won't take long. So when that's complete, if I zoom out again, you can see an amazing image, but it's not quite complete here. Again, you can see I've got two layers here at the bottom. I've got my colour layer. Actually there you can see the top layer, I've erased these sections, so you can see the colour layer underneath coming through. Doesn't print particularly well if you've got to, so I'm going to flatten the image, layer flatten. I've now got one single layer, absolutely spot on. I can go up here then to save as, and I'm going to save it as a JPEG, and there we go. You've created a wonderful colour popped image. If you've enjoyed this video, then give it a like, and why not try this video for more demonstrations. And for more great content, don't forget to click on subscribe and turn on your notifications.